Hey, hello. Hi, America. Hello, everyone. How you doing today? Hope you're having an excellent day. Today is April the 25th, 2023, and we're moving along. My name is Michael Tomlinson. I am an American Jeer. I'm happy to be here. I haven't stepped outside today, but the weather looks good. It seemed like thought I saw something on the news that said showed a little icon and maybe rain. So I haven't seen any sign of rain yet. So we'll see. But other than that, I'm just working hard, doing my thing here. Um, and so the thing with can I disagreements in a sense, and I have no problem with disagreements, like people disagreeing with each other, agree to disagree, whatever it may be, just as long as there is an open-minded conversation. But sometimes, like a lot of times, there is no real conversation. It's just, you know, I disagree, so I discredit everything about what's being said. And therefore, you can agree or disagree with me. And I always push for people wanting to agree with being an American cheer, of course. That's a good agreement. And also to bring new things to the table that may sound disagreeable. But if you're willing and able to have an open minded conversation about it, uh, then we're moving forward. But if it's a disagreement of this is kind of like I'm drawing the line right here, then there is no other conversation. Which it's to me, if people have to draw a line, it's because they can't really add to the conversation. They really don't know how to. They never really thought it through. They just figured it'd be easier and just to say that, just in order just to disagree. And so there's a lot of Americans that run around, and no matter what people say or do, they're just going to disagree, no matter what, and and that's the strange part because sometimes I feel like why would we always want to push for disagreement? Why can't we still talk about it and not formally in an agreement, but that would be the ultimate end of a conversation is to kind of not disagree to agree, but or agree to disagree, but to actually come to like some kind of agreement that we really are talking about the same thing. It's tough for me as an American here to be talking uh, to and making YouTube videos because it kind of just I just kind of open the door right there to being vulnerable, so anyone can just watch a video and say I disagree, and then just discredit everything about it. And if people are already in that state of mind because they're looking for something to disagree with, then they're going to find everything I say disagreeable. Even the way I look disagreeable. They may not like the flag. That's enough to say I disagree, and that's it. That means you've lost all credit. So that's not really. That's just something else going on there. That's just a lazy approach and a quick character assassination towards someone who's actually me, who's actually just, I'm the one who's speaking up first. See, does that make, in my shoes, the way I look at it, is that I'm the one who's stepping up and speaking up. And that takes a lot of courage. I know you think, and you may think like, oh, well, it takes a lot more courage to put down, that the fact that you stepped up to speak up, we'll just, I'll just tear it down because I can, because you already formulated your weapons out of my own words, only because I said something first. I was the first one to say something. So when I do that, I can create people's reaction no matter what I say. They're just going to react the way they decide to act, which is probably going to say, oh, I disagree. And that's it, period. Um, but I don't hear them stepping up and formulating a solution or expanding on topics and issues like we do, like we talk about. Because then I could easily sit back and say, "Oh, I disagree," you know, and then then they'll know how that feels, because they're just like, "Hey, how can you? What do you mean? How can you disagree with me?" You know, easy. Just disagree because people look like it's easy to disagree with me, So I guess it's I don't know. I really don't meet that many people who step up first, anyways. I'm always the first one, the vanguard, the first one to step up and say something or make a comment or gear start the conversation and a new dialogue, and it gets taken too literally sometimes. Like I would just say three sentences, and we hadn't even gotten into the conversation about what I just brought up. People are already putting down like the two or three sentences that I say, to bring up the conversation. So it's like not really having a conversation at all. It's like I said, it's just an attack, on assassination of sense, because all they have to do is respond. It's not like they just have to respond, easy enough, but in order to reverse it, that's just not going to happen. I don't see too many people, and if the people do reverse it, they're just taking it to a whole other, back to their own playing field of how they formulate things, how they think about things, and so it just shows an unwilling to grow and help out with building a new America, which is ultimately what I'm doing here for everyone, for all Americans, to help unite. And that's why I bring up all the different subjects too, and I'll keep bringing them up. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna, let people go ahead and do what they have to do. It doesn't change the truth. Doesn't change what's going on here. I just wish people had more character, more integrity, more American tear in them to, help out and to help make America stronger and better instead of, showing a friction and, slight opposites. So, or just, revert or sidestep or backstep or whatever they are doing, and, when that's to be an American cheer, it just seems like, well, I'll just discredit everything, and that way I can justify to myself, have my own excuses, and those are two messed up words, justification and excuses, because they're not really true. They're just manifested. They're not really grounded. There's no real ground to it. There's no real foundation of what's being said. It's just being said and that's it. So, um, without having a character, or just integrity, or having just lacking or refusing to understand anything else besides what you may think is just only true with you and your own self-assessment. So sometimes when I bring up things, people already are self-assessing themselves, and little do I know that they're taking what I'm saying and just onto themselves. And that's not what I'm talking about, even though I'm not really directly speaking to anyone. Nor can I stop anyone from directly taking it in. If, I bring things up so we can open up the doors, open up the windows, let some fresh air in, start to rethink things, start to regroup, start to unify. We can, make sure that we are protecting our freedoms here in America. And uniting together, not tearing each other apart or adding to the friction. Because it's easy to add to the friction. It's too easy. And you know that. And I know that. We all know that. It's not a new thing. And so, being an Americaneer does take, some character. Does take, a person and very much an open-minded individual to help build that character, along with, you know, understanding and then being understood, still understanding that those are two different things. Instead of trying to just say, you know, I'm, you just need to understand me, and I don't need to understand you. So that's another way of sidestepping everything. And if you're doing that, that means there's something about that's true right here that's striking the core. And that core, you may not like it, may seem uncomfortable, may feel a little awkward, but don't fight it. That's those are the first baby steps of change in the brain. The rewire things of moving forward. So don't fight that, man. Just let it happen. Let it grow. You're not going to hurt yourself. You're not going to hurt others, by doing that. And, you might even be able to help America unite, in a loving, caring, compassionate way. And in a way that makes sense. In a way that, we can get through our daily lives from point A to point B and do our thing without feeling overwhelmed, anxious, depressed, or scared, always looking around making sure no one's going to hurt us, and then go through our day being very unhappy, and then that unhappiness just kind of spreads to other people like that bad unhappy energy, and it makes more unhappy people, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So we got to remain happy. That's, I'm just gonna contradict that because happiness is and being nice, being polite, smiling, and moving forward, being an example of what a good Americaneer is the right direction for the right solutions. And these are very basic baby steps. Very, very basic. And I know you can do this. It's not like, not a lot to ask for it. Okay? Well, golly, thank you for your time and hearing me out. We'll talk more later about other stuff and what it takes to be an Americaneer. But, just the fact that we can just don't become so disagreeable with me right out of the gate. Just look at everything, understand it a little bit before you become, so agitated and disagreeable. And so, give it a chance. Give it a chance. You never know. Join in. You never know. Be a part of the solution, part of the love, part of the unity, part of the family. Family, man. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, well, that was a long exit. So have a great day. Have a wonderful day. Peace, love. We'll talk later. Okay, bye.